Well, there's reclaimed land, and these dikes, these polder systems that were set up, water was removed, and so lots of land has been reclaimed that way. And people of the Netherlands are known for their dikes and their reclaimed land. Also, I want to take just a moment, because a lot of times students do get confused about two different countries and cultures in Europe, and let's just take a minute and in our brain separate them once and for all, so we can just use this as a memory tool. Okay, so if you think of tulips, what do you think of? What culture? Tulips. Clogs. The Dutch. That's the Netherlands. If you think of Copenhagen, Danish, Denmark, Copenhagen, all of that is up here. So sometimes people confuse Danish and Dutch. So Dutch are Netherlands, tulips, dams, wooden clogs. Denmark is Copenhagen, it's up to the north, and it's Danish. Okay? Just wanted to go ahead, because sometimes those words are a little bit confusing to some students. Okay, so to continue on, and stop me if I go too far for today. Are we at the limit yet? No. No, so what's next? The Alpine States. Okay, we'll do those. We can do those. So what are the Alpine States? Switzerland and Austria. And I'll have some pictures of Austria for you. Just a little bit of Austria, a little part of it. So here we have the Alpine States. The Alps are here. And let's not forget that the Alps also extend into Italy. The Alps are curving, very beautiful mountains located right here. And here we have Switzerland, and here we have Austria. Let's not forget that Switzerland is not an EU member because it likes to remain neutral, and in fact is a place of international business and banking, known for this far and wide. The Swiss have cities that develop many different excellent products. I think the isolation has caused this development of really excellent products in different places in Switzerland, such as chocolate, watches, many, many Swiss items that are wonderful. The cities, there are different cities. Now, let me ask you, there are some excellent cities in Switzerland. Is there a primate city in Switzerland? No. But there is one in Austria, and it's called Vienna. Now, during the war, again, I don't like to get too much into who's on whose side because both sides thought they were right. But I will say this, Vienna survived in Austria for cooperating when it was occupied. So, Vienna's buildings remain one of the places, must-see, go-to places for pre-war architecture that survived. The beautiful, beautiful architecture. Churches. These are just amazing structures of the Renaissance that were built up. And remember, we had Romans, then we had Renaissance laid over. Just beautiful, beautiful European structures. This is what I noticed when I was there. The first thing that I noticed, I looked down, and all the streets paved with Roman tile. And I'm walking on these tiles where Romans, I could almost hear their boots, or their sandals, whatever they were wearing. And these tiles are still there. These doorways, I'm walking under the doorways, just old wood, old stone, just, and built so well, these arches. And these cavernous, huge buildings, just many, many, many stories up, and gilded, just gold leaf everywhere, stained glass windows. It's amazing. So this is the beauty and amazement of Europe, that the Renaissance occurred here. Yeah. So, intact in Austria. Austria cooperated during World War II. So we have much intact that's been bombed to pieces in other places. As you know, Germany was bombed, terribly bombed. So these are the Alpine states. We also have Czech Republic. So what's the story of the Czech Republic?
We got separated from
Slovakia.
Czechoslovakia, yes. Back when I learned geography, when I was a budding young geographer once, even younger than you, when I was starting to love geography, they say geographies are born. Some of you probably are born geographers. How do you know you're a born geographer? I read this once in a book. If you're the type, you go on, imagine you're on a bus with lots of other people, and you're going to somewhere very exciting. You're on your way. You're the one at the back of the bus with your nose pressed to the glass. Does that resonate with any of you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where was I? Czechoslovakia was together, and it had a divorce. The book calls it a divorce, the velvet divorce. Why the velvet divorce? Why is it known as a velvet divorce? Because the Slovakia side sympathized with USSR during the Cold War. Czech Republic sympathizes with Western Europe. And so when the Soviet Union falls apart, then Czechoslovakia just falls apart too. Now there's many Russians living in Slovakia, and the Slavic language is quite often spoken there. And this is Czech. There's also a big part of the Czech Republic known as Bohemia, and there's a people that live there known as the Roma or Gypsies. And the Roma are a stateless people, so quite often there's a lot of poverty and a fairly mobile people. So there has been some. They're known often as outsiders in many places, poor, not fitting in very well, but they have each other, so many times will move as a group to different places. But a distinct cultural group, the Roma, the Gypsies. Okay, so Czech Republic and Slovakia. So we will include Czech Republic when in our mental map that is circa 2015, we're going to include in our mental map within the mainland core, the Czech Republic. And we will include Slovakia into Eastern Europe. That's enough for today. Thank you.